Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello, and welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we find ourselves in Fort Pierce, Florida, where we find Miss Chrissy Pissy, aka Miss Pissy Frauditor, as she has just been removed from the local law library, and she spouts off a bunch of unsubstantiated accusations against the staff, such as embezzlement and the RICO Act. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this freaking S-show on the road and take another dive into this crazy lady's rantings.
It's Miss.
How can I help you?
Is that correct? That's your legal name?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a photo identification form?
Do you need it?
Yeah, so what's going to happen here is you're going to be trespassed. It's going to be for 6 months. Now, you can obviously argue the...
Let me address something with you right quick, little Miss Chrissy Pissy Frauditor Pants. It's your text here on the screen. It is completely washed out by the background on the video. My suggestion would be to explore the options in your video editing software to put borders and change the color of your text so that way it doesn't blend into the background, look all washed out and everything like that, and maybe it'll be easier to read. In fact, here's an example of this right here. All you gotta do is change the color, add a border, and a couple other little tweaks, and you'll be set.
You gotta be kidding me.
With the Board of Trustees, you could go ahead and take it upon them, and and they can reverse it. But for right now, for 6 months, you're going to be trespassed from this library. Okay?
Based on what?
Based on the rules and regulations approved by the Board of Trustees.
They were not.
Well, that's the information that we're relying on right now.
You have to take mine too.
Listen,
you have to. It's not one way, correct?
You can challenge the trust to the
I can
trustee.
challenge it right now. They have to give you a legit report. They can't give you a false report, and they're giving you a false report.
Yeah, this coming from a person who has a history of misrepresenting the rules and regulations of other libraries, such as the one in Clearwater, Florida, where she thought the second rule didn't apply to her. Yeah, this is the kind of person we're dealing with right here. Yeah, just snubs her nose at the rules and everything like that because she thinks she's special.
I have proof. You don't care? You work for...
At this time, in order to give you the trespass warning, I need to positively identify you. All right? If you could just provide me with your photo ID, that would be helpful.
For 6 months based on what?
It doesn't have to. You can take this, before the Board of Trustees, and they can reverse it.
No. Based on what? You have an obligation to follow the law, do you not?
Yes, that you're causing a disturbance to the staff. And
but I can prove to...
Oh, show us the proof then. Or did the nasty little police officers remove that from this video as well, as you made accusations against them for using the Stingray app against you? Speaking of the Stingray app, why didn't they cut out the last portion of audio in this video as well? I'm still going to say that it's poor editing skills on your part and you're just blaming your errors on everybody else like a typical narcissist.
You that I'm not right now.
We're not. This is not a court of law right here. Okay?
No, it's not. But you can only issue. No, it's a two-way street, and then you make a decision on whether or not you believe it's the case. You don't work for them. You work for the people. I'm fully aware of this. Okay, so if you are doing something to aid them in the RICO Act, you're guilty of it. Is that correct?
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Yeah, aren't you going a bit too far here? I mean, so far you have not shown any evidence of the RICO Act being in effect here. And for my audience who doesn't know what the RICO Act is, it is a federal level crime involving mafia-like tactics. And here's the list of, well, violations of the RICO Act that can get you charged under that law. But do you have any proof of this, little lady? Because if not, piss off.
It is, right? You're not allowed to. Is that correct?
Look, just let me see your ID, please. I need to positively identify you to properly issue you the trespass warning. Thank you.
I've got a U.S. Supreme Court case coming up that's due in a matter of days at this point. And they're blocking me from the library. I tell her it looks like $400,000 are missing from last year alone. And her reaction is, you're out of this library for 6 months and you're backing that? That's illegal. And you understand that this is an independent, separate district, special district. So you don't actually have jurisdiction here. Isn't that?
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
Are you sure about that? I mean, are you really sure about that? Because Florida does have a lot of special districts, and this law library does fall under one of those special districts. But the local Leos might just have a special arrangement with the district in order to provide extra security and everything like that. I mean, you just can't go along saying, oh, you don't have jurisdiction over here, when that might come back to bite you in the ass in court like it does with a lot of sovtards.
Weird.
I'm not aware of what's saying.
It doesn't matter. You have to follow the law, and you have an obligation to know the law.
Sheriffs and we work for the sheriff, who's the chief law enforcement official in this county.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but this is...
real quick, Mistress?
I don't answer questions. I gave you my ID.
Okay. So we usually ask for a current address.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I'd like to know why, since the police have jurisdiction here, you showed up. Would you like to answer that?
We have jurisdiction anywhere within St. Lucie County. That's our jurisdiction. The sheriff of St. Lucie County is the chief law enforcement official in the county.
I agree with you 100%, and you're not doing your job.
Okay.
And I'm a little bothered by that because you should be. Yes.
Your identification.
Carsley? No, Casserly. Sorry.
Yes. You're identified as being 5 foot. What's your approximate weight?
Do we just go through the whole questioning thing? Not on answer questions?
Okay. These are just personal information that can.
Yeah, I don't like people asking me
I can
personal
understand.
questions.
I'm not asking you for any.
I feel like you're harassing me at this point.
Look.
Yeah, you're not a very bright one, are you? Considering that they are in the process of investigating this trespassing issue, where you accuse them later on of not doing their job and not talking to you about it, when clearly they are talking to you about this situation right now. I mean, good grief.
We are the last people who want to violate your rights or...
Look at this. They just kicked me out of here illegally, and he's telling me he's the last person who wants to violate my rights. Do you feel like there's something going on here?
Listen, I'm not asking any questions of you. And
Are you giving me a case number on it? Because I got to go. I have work to do.
I'm not asking you any questions that would incriminate you in any way. I'm just asking for...
Sorry. Save you time.
This is Sergeant Brewster.
Hi, what's your name?
Chris.
Chris?
I'm sorry, I don't want to shake hands.
Yeah, okay, I'm just trying to be polite. I'm sorry.
I appreciate that.
Real quick, I talked to Nora. She wants to give you an opportunity just to make sure that you understand that you can't be disruptive. She says she does not want to trespass you this time. All right? Okay? I'm just letting you know. But she did say they're going to talk about having maybe if you can't respect the rules, then they can't.
I do respect the rules,
ma'am,
always.
We're just doing
I'm here, Brewster. I'm listening to you.
So they're going to discuss it, and then they'll figure out what they want to do. But they want to make sure if you could just leave and let this be the end of today, and then hopefully the next time you can.
It's Friday. Do you know how bad I need to finish this case?
I'm just letting you know that's what was asked from them. We're going off the direction of that, okay?
Okay. So,
right.
so she's not being trespassed.
Nope.
Is she trespassed her today?
She's asked her to remove her, and that's it.
So she's free to come back tomorrow, say for example.
Listen, she asked us to remove it today. So
They're not open tomorrow.
Okay, weekend, so.
Okay, look.
On Monday, in other words, she's allowed to come back until such time they decide for her.
She said ask her if she can move, and then
Monday. I'm good on Monday.
ma'am, I'm just asking. That's.
Are we talking I'm good on Monday?
Ma'am,
We all gonna
I'll
know
answer
this.
the question for
The
you.
biggest thing is there's rules.
I abide by the rules.
Hold on,
I have proof on here that I haven't violated
Why are you
them.
getting upset with me?
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit?
All right,
Because
so
you're
first of all,
violating my space. Because
I'm
I have
violating your
work to
space?
do.
Okay, ma'am.
Not this kind of space, because I have work to
I understand
do.
that, but ma'am,
Maybe that's the wrong word, because you're violating my rights, not my space.
Okay.
Forgive me.
we're respecting that there are people that are running the building, okay? So regardless of what happened between y'all, the basic
Nothing happened.
Okay, ma'am.
I asked for public records.
Ma'am, you don't have to go. You've already told the whole story.
They're $400,000
Ma'am,
short for last
You've
year.
already
For
went
a
through it 3
solution,
times.
I'm
Okay,
sorry?
You've already went through the story 3 times.
And
All
you
right?
don't care. This is an issue.
Well, it's going through.
This is your job.
Well, no, we have to provide security for this building, that building, that building.
You're not security.
Okay.
That's not your job.
All right.
You're not bouncers.
All right.
You're sheriffs and you represent the people.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
positive about this. And I respect that. And that's super important.
They're-
And what
they're just-
Casterly said
They're not happy.
is also very important. I don't care. I bet they're not happy. I'm saying they're short $400,000 from last year alone. And you know what they did? They threw out the case law books that I need. They threw out all the Supreme Court case law books and they threw out all
Have
of
you ever
the Florida.
attempted to go to another library?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever attempted to go to another library?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Have you?
No. I'm not using that solution. I don't have to,
so-
and this is the one that I'm
Excuse
using.
me for a
You know
second. Miss
that.
Scott, can I make just one suggestion to you?
Can I make a suggestion? If they truly did throw out those books that you need, why don't you go to another law library within your area? There's a lot of them in that particular range of counties over there. But instead, you choose to act like a royal pain in the ass to everybody around you for them allegedly throwing out books that you need. Yeah. Do you have proof of these books being tossed, or is this just something that you pulled out of your ass as well? Because we all want to see the proof of this alleged incident that took place as far as throwing the books out.
I don't have to. You can. It doesn't mean I have to follow
Of
it.
course, it's just a suggestion.
I like this library, and my books are here. on my bookshelf.
And I'm encouraging you to use the library that's most convenient for you. What I would, based on what she said, inside that works in the library, what I would do is really stick to yourself and any type of...
I do 6 months. How do you look? I'm not okay with the fact that they threw my books away. And what happened was they threw out the books that I need for my case. Okay, all the Florida case law books that are like Supreme Court
so
and
can I
all the
just-
U.S. Hold on, let me finish
No,
the
let me
thought.
finish my suggestion.
Yep.
I get your discrepancies, your complaints, your grievances, but listen, they're working in here, and it's come to a level where have caused them a
They're
hostile
freaking out
work
because of what I
environment.
just found out.
Listen to me.
It's-
That's fine.
No, it's not, and it's not
Miss
my
Scott,
fault.
Miss Scott, real quick, and I'm just going to end this conversation. Just go in there, do your research, do your work in a room, and do not make any contact with them. And you should be able to go on without any problems.
You should be able to address these kind of things and have them go, "Oh my gosh,
Obviously,
you got to be kidding! We
you've
need to
tried
fix
that.
this immediately."
You've tried that,
No,
and
I
it's
just-
not worked out very good.
This is the
because
first time I've
but
said
listen, we wouldn't be
400,000.
standing here. So in other words, then you can
So
go
be
ahead
quiet and
you
don't.
can
How are we going to deal with this? You help me here.
If it's a state violation, you can file a case with the clerk of courts, or you can file a federal lawsuit if you want to.
The clerks of court. Okay, I don't want to spend my life in court. This isn't my job.
Okay,
You
but-
aren't security guards.
No, we're not.
You're
We're law
not. You're
enforcement.
right. You're not. You're not bouncers. It's not a strip club. You can't throw someone out because you don't like them. It's not that kind of place, okay? Your job is to protect the people. Us, the people. That's why you exist, okay? You don't work for the community. You don't work for other government employees. Your entire job is to protect the people. Now, I had to have broken the law for you to come and say that to me, but I didn't. And their code of conduct, I have proof that the JA's assistant just wrote it up. So it's retaliatory against me. I have it in documents, okay? And with this one, Jen.
Yeah, it's always retaliation with you frauditors. Never mind that you bring it upon yourselves when you go into a building and act like you own the place and act like everybody owes you something, and then you make accusations of fraud, embezzlement, and the RICO Act against everybody around you. No, that couldn't be the issue. No, you didn't start it.
Okay, they consider the fact that I'm addressing $400,000 likely missing.
She's probably not the person to address it with.
She don't care about that. She just works here.
That's the way she puts it. She seems to have a lot to do with the finances.
That's her perception, that.
No, that's what she says.
She doesn't
By
care.
her words.
I
Okay.
wouldn't say that she doesn't care, but it might be above her head.
Yeah, it's
okay,
not
her level.
Well,
she
they threw out books I need, and so
are these books available online? Is that why they?
I'm suing the FBI and the CIA.
Wait a second. You're suing the FBI and the CIA? The CIA? What did they do to you? Oh, wait, is it something that you might have done that put you on their radar? Because they generally don't go after small potatoes such as yourself unless you've done something really major. Yeah, that seems rather curious right there. I want to know about that. But then again, you might be one of those freaks that thinks everybody is out to get them, which so far that's what I'm reading in any of one of your videos.
You know as well as I do that you can go in and alter what's going online.
Okay, Ms. Scott, you know what? We don't want to take up any more of your time.
Hold on one second.
All right.
Hold on one second. Let me finish my thought.
Absolutely.
This is
Go
important.
Ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so you can't necessarily find that online. I look for something, it's not necessarily there. It becomes a huge problem. Okay, so therefore you've got to have the books. They threw the books out. It's a big problem in my particular case. So I was being told we don't have the money. Hold on. I've been told we don't have the money for the books. It's too expensive. So I looked because I was worried about them. I believe them. That's not what it looks like. It looks like they're using this as a money laundering operation, that the money is either they're not taking it, which is not a money laundering operation, but extreme negligence of about $400,000 a year. And if it's not that, if it's not just pure incompetence by the Board of Trustees and executed by Maryland or Nora, the head librarian, then it appears to be straight up money laundering, where they're taking the money, not putting it in the county money, but putting it over in...
Have you spoke with the state attorney about this?
This isn't even something I'm interested in.
Okay,
I'm interested in finishing the... Okay.
Apparently you were interested in it until they said to go to the state attorney's office and to have them take a look at it. Apparently you are probably pulling this out of your ass because if you had any actual proof of this, you would go to a much higher authority than the local law enforcement officers. I mean, that's just common damn sense right there.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, you are right here, and I'm appreciating the fact. Let me finish this thought. So it looks like the money's going into...
I'm not getting into I'm not getting into the whole money laundering.
It looks like money laundering straight up.
Okay, we're not here for that.
Yes, you're always here for that.
We're clear. So, Sergeant Brewster, our supervisor,
yes, very nice man,
made a phone call. They determined that you're not trespassed from. You need to leave today. So as far as Monday, you're good to come back. I gave you my personal suggestion. That's a suggestion. You can do whatever you want, but it seems like when
I have FBI CIA problems, which means it goes from library to library. I guarantee you. They're not happy about being sued.
I'm not talking about the FBI. Stay on task for me. All right.
I'm on task with you, but I'm talking about your solution and why it doesn't work.
Well, according to her, all right, it's more of the contact and harassment that you're making.
There's no harassment.
I'm not here to debate whether she is
You're accusing
right or
me
wrong.
of something.
Listen to me. She alleges that you're harassing her. So if you have
it's a misuse of your time and power when she does that.
You like to talk. I'm trying to just tell you
I'm
something.
listening. Finish.
I'm trying to help you out. I'm on your side here. Okay.
I don't feel like that, but
well,
I hope so, and good. And I'm listening to you. Please finish your
in good
thought.
faith, we are a neutral party.
You're
okay?
supposed to be, but you didn't take both sides, which means you're not, which means you're biased.
I'm trying to help you.
I don't know. So that feels like something to listen to you.
If you don't make any contact with her and you go in there and you do your research on your books and you don't take up the issues of the money laundering and everything else, then she shouldn't have any reason to say that you're disturbing her.
You're walking a fine line on Rico, and you got to know that, man. Don't go there. Do not.
All right, I'm done with this conversation. Look,
okay.
And that's where the video ends, folks. I mean, the more I watch Miss Pissy, the more I come to believe that this woman is way off her rocker, insane in the membrane and everything like that. She thinks the CIA and the FBI are out to get her because, well, books keep on disappearing, as she likes to say. She's accusing the library staff of embezzlement and fraud and everything like that. And she's accusing the officers of engaging in RICO with the librarians. Yeah, it's just one big conspiracy theory with this nut job. She really needs to take a look at herself critically and wonder if everybody's out to get me. Am I doing something wrong, or am I just plain crazy? I would wager that maybe it's the latter. Maybe you need some mental health help. Maybe you can go to your local mental health facility, turn yourself in, and get the help you need. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
This could be some groundbreaking stuff right here.
You don't want to go to jail.
For what?
You read this.
I don't have to listen to anything. Blah, 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 blah.
Dude, so there's no way I can get in, bro? Come on, I'll put you on my YouTube.
Then shut up, Wesley.
You gotta put signs up, ma'am, if it's...
Are you Glenn Serio?
Who's that?